Hi folks, and welcome to today's video, why your herniated disc is taking so long to heal. Now, I do make a lot of good content for those folks out there suffering with low back pain problems, such as herniated discs, bulging discs, lumbar stenosis, lumbar arthritis, sciatica. If that's you, hit that subscribe button. You'll get notified when I upload some great content to get you back on the road to recovery. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. Go over 10 possible reasons why it's taking so long for your herniated disc to recover. Now, it's not an exhaustive list, but it's top 10 or some of the top 10 things that can affect the healing time of your disc. So let's jump right in, guys. So number one is physiology. So a disc itself does not have any direct blood supply. So nutrients going to the disc, materials, damaged materials coming away from the disc, tends to happen by a system of osmosis, where the surrounding tissues, the nutrients will diffuse across the cellular membrane. This takes us a longer process than if you cut yourself, of course, and you just have a normal injured part of your body. So the healing time will vary because of the physiology of the disc itself. Now, number two is the type of herniation. So you may just have what's called a basic bulging disc. It's just a slight little bulge on the edge of the disc. You may have a complete, what's called a sequestration, where a piece of the disc material actually breaks through the annulus fibers and breaks off. They tend to find in the literature anyway, the inference is that the greater the disc herniation, the quicker the recovery. This is to be expected because there's a large anti-inflammatory response by the body as this injury is much more severe. So the response to the body is greater. When it's just a little bulge, that can take a little bit longer, and it seems to sort of drag on and on and on and on, okay, for many, many months. So yes, depending on the type of injury and the level as to which the disc is herniated, bulging, will also affect the healing time. Now, another big one, I've talked about this quite recently, is when you were diagnosed with herniated bulging, start physical therapy right away. Now, it has been shown in the literature that those people who start within the first 4 weeks of being diagnosed have a much quicker recovery time than those who have had to wait over a month before they can start physical therapy. Now, I know after speaking to many, many people across the world, from Australia to North America to Northern Europe, Sweden region, Italy, South Africa, okay, all different types of medical systems, I can honestly say that for the majority of them, things are getting worse, especially when it comes to back pain care. And I've had people in the UK having to wait 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks before they can actually start rehab. So that's no fault of their own, that is the system. I've had people being given an app, an application on the phone to use, a physio app, given no one-to-one instruction at all, and they're expected to go on and do the exercises. Well, how do you know if you're doing it wrong? It's crazy, right? So as a result, I've actually made a couple of little rehab programs for beginners you can start. They're going to pop up at the end of this video, so continue watching to the end, okay? And there's two. One is for sort of basic beginner, you've just been herniated. You're going to do it for like 4 weeks, and then you can move on to number two. So that's also going to be there for you guys, okay? So give you a little bit of something to get you started if you're in that position. Now, along the lines of exercise, number 4 is you are doing too much too soon. So you may be feeling quite good and you jump back into your activities, sports, daily chores, etc. too fast, and you re-injure yourself, or you keep picking away at that scab, that injury site. It's just not getting enough time to heal, all right? Now, following on from there, number 5 is not enough rest. Now, yes, we're told we've got to be as active as possible, but that's very general, okay? And people will often do too much. And I find with a lot of my clients that if we give them a day or two off, which I just said to a girl this weekend, just have a Netflix and chill weekend, all right? You let the body recover. Now, I'm not saying bed rest, okay? Because they've shown that bed rest is a very old school technique. Now they're talking maybe 3-4 days absolute maximum bed rest, and you want to get moving, okay, in the acute phase. However, if you are in an active rehabilitation program, if you are actively walking, maybe going to the pool to do some swimming techniques, exercises, then you should have a day or 2 days where you just do some maybe mild stretching, gentle 10-minute walk, but you want to give the body a chance to recover, because a lot of people don't understand is when you exercise, when you do activity, you break the body down, okay? It's during your time of recovery that when you're sleeping, when you're sort of doing nothing, the body gets a chance to repair those damaged muscle tissue, get stronger, and then you'll do the exercises again. But you need that space between for the body to recover, okay? So not enough rest is a big one. So that's my top 5. Let's move on to the next 5. Guys, I just want to say thank you so much. I've got over the 3,000 subscriber mark. It's fantastic. I'm really appreciative to all the folks who do tune in regularly to watch my content. Please, if you do have friends, family, etc., who are in a bad way with their low back issues, okay, send them my content, okay? Share the content far and wide. I try to help as many people around the world as I possibly can with my free content, free advice calls, etc. And I really want to thank you guys for helping me, okay, get this far in a couple of years' time. So please keep supporting me. It helps with the algorithm, of course. Like, share these videos. And in the meantime, let's get back to today's video. All right, so number 6, you have no structure in place, okay? Perhaps you've been given that NHS rehab app, perhaps you've bought 2 or 3 different courses from different people from Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever it could be, and you're trying all these things haphazardly, and you're making some gains, but you're not getting the results you're expecting. Again, this is quite common. People start mixing different modalities, etc. You're sort of literally clutching at straws. You need to have a structured, progressive program which will allow for increases in volume of work that you're doing, that will increase your mobility, but will give you days of specific rest, okay? So you have to make sure that you're following a structured program. And as I said, guys, 2 videos at the end of this video will pop up, which are based on beginners who've just been herniated, lumbar herniated disc in the acute phase. Go and check those out at the end of this one, all right? Number 7, a very big one, is lifestyle factors. So what I mean by that is if you are a smoker, okay, smoking tends to affect the blood vessels, blood supply, so you will heal at a slower rate. Your nutrition, you're not getting enough, decent nutrients into your body via your diet or supplementation. That will also affect the healing process. If you're a big drinker, okay, if you party, right, you don't sleep enough, okay, because you need sleep for various hormones to do their work. And for you to recover properly. So you've got to implement the correct lifestyle when you're recovering from this type of injury, because it will delay that healing. If you are burning the candle at both ends, high stress job perhaps, okay, you got to be more mindful and take care of your body, of your mind, etc. That will help take care of these injuries as well. Now, unfortunately, number 8, that does affect us all, is age, all right? We tend to take longer to heal the older we are. So if you're a young spring chicken out there, under 25, listening to this video, then rest assured you should heal a lot faster than the likes of myself, okay? Or somebody even older in their 60s and 70s, all right? Nothing we can do to change that, but we can implement all these other activities like correct, diet, correct lifestyle, correct activities, etc., to speed that process along. Now, coming on to number 9, this is another big one I preach as well, is the lack of good spine hygiene. Now, I've preached this many times. You can have the best rehab person in the world. You're seeing them, 3 hours a week. You've got 168 hours in the week. Use them for 3, what's 165 hours left. You maybe sleep for, 64 hours or so, 60 odd hours a week, okay? Maybe sort of 8 and a half hours a night. That leaves a lot of time, 100 odd hours, okay, for you to mess things up, okay? What I mean by that is you're not practicing good spine hygiene when you're doing your daily chores, taking out the rubbish, vacuuming, playing with the kids, lifting up the kids. You got to be practicing bracing, hip hinging maneuvers, perhaps at work. Okay, you might want to look into getting a standing desk if that will help you. You want to ask if they can get a better, chair if you're at a desk job. If they won't give you that, then you got to look at things like wrapped up towels in your lower back. Also for when you're driving, wrapped up towel in the lower back. If you've got a manual job, I do understand people watch my videos who do work in various industries where it's a manual job. You're a plumber, electrician, bricklayer perhaps, then obviously you're going to have to take some time off work, okay? give yourself a couple of weeks in the acute phase. Speak to your employer, see if you can be on a particularly different task at work, which will not require you to be, flexed over, bent over. And of course, you have to think of different ways, if you are forced to work, how to adapt and adjust your body movements so you can still do the same job. Okay, so yeah, your lack of spine hygiene is a big one, and you've got to make sure that you are actively keeping your spine in a good position, because when you put the spine into a good position, you're going to give it a chance to heal properly. You're not going to keep picking that scab, as I talk about. All right. Lastly, number 10, very big one. A lot of people, they refuse to take it seriously, and they will not seek professional help. You see, one of the main issues with the low back problem, or a low back problem specifically, is it affects every aspect of your life. So you get a broken arm, you may get a cast on there, you may get pins depending on the injury. 6 to 8 weeks, bone will heal, you can start getting back to some mobility movements, etc. But in the meantime, you can still do other stuff, you can still walk, etc. When you hurt your lower back, because it is kind of the central point between the upper and lower body, it affects every aspect of your life. Okay, it can affect you when you're sleeping, driving, eating, walking, sitting, etc. It's there, okay? And a lot of people at first, they just try to shake it off and, no, I'll be okay, I'll just watch some YouTube videos, etc. And they don't take it seriously. As I just said to you earlier, the longer you leave it before you start a proper program, okay, the longer the healing process is, all right? I would always advise you seek out professional help, professional advice, be it from physiotherapist, osteopath, chiropractor, rehab specialist, whoever it is you choose to use. And another good piece of advice I tell people, I said, look, when you try something, be it chiropractic, be it osteopathy, be it physiotherapy, etc., you want to give it a decent amount of sessions to see if it's actually helping. And I usually say to most people, I would say 6 to 8 sessions of that modality, so less than 10, right? If you're not seeing a change in your pain levels by that 7th, 8th session, then I would honestly say, look around for a different modality. You've given it a couple of weeks to try. If you're not seeing some results initially, then it's time to seek out something else, okay? And if you are out there yourself, you're in the acute phases, or you've been struggling with an injury for a very long time, and you do seek some professional advice, hit me up, okay? I do a free advice call. There's a link down below. You can go there, book a call with me. We can jump on a call, video call for up to an hour, and I'll give you some things to practice, to try on your own, completely free, and it should help you get back on the road to recovery, okay? You don't want to speak to me, you can always drop me an email, and you can always comment on the video down below. Okay guys, so listen, there is 10 potential reasons that is delaying your healing of your herniated disc. I hope this video has been useful for you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And of course, those 2 other videos are going to pop up in just a second. They're going to be related to the acute phase where you can undergo a rehab program. So don't forget to check him out. All right, team. Great to have you here. I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.